Hey guys, it's Bunmi here with my guest who I love so much, my father, Bitcoin Zeke. And we are here with another cryptocurrency video. So if I were you, I would tune in, watch the whole thing because this video absolutely has the potential to change your life. Now, let me tell you a little bit about my father's crusade. Since 2017, when he was living in Panama, Central America, he's been on this crusade to teach people about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. That's when he first started learning. And it's funny because some people actually laughed at him. Oh, what are you talking about? Oh, Bitcoin, that's a fad. Oh, that's not going to be here. Well, those people have absolutely changed their tune now. So, for the last 4 years, he's been a promoter of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, even in Panama, um, going to schools and doing seminars to teach children about cryptocurrency. So, Daddy, here we are. Another cryptocurrency video. Why? Because we care about people and want to see people win. So we're going to get right into it. I'm just going to kind of ask you some questions and we'll have a cryptocurrency discussion because is that not one of your favorite topics?
Absolutely. Nowadays, it's probably my number two favorite topic next to health.
All right, so guys, so health is number one, cryptocurrency is number two, and I promise you, you can ask my mother to validate this. My father spends just about all of his days, most of the hours of all of the days, learning and immersing himself in the world of cryptocurrency. Am I right about that?
You're 100% right about that, Boomy.
Okay, so here's the question and I want this to be a clue for other people. Why in the world would you spend most of your time of most of your days learning about cryptocurrency? And why should the people listening, if they're not already doing it, why do they need to learn about this new financial asset class of crypto?
Yes, Boomy. Well, I spend a great deal of my time studying the crypto space because it is the biggest thing out there. I mean, we don't realize how big this crypto space is. We don't realize the significance of it. It is absolutely the future. We can reference back to the internet. And 30 years ago, people didn't know what the internet was. The internet was, it brought us, uh, literally brought us free information. I mean, it was revolutionary. I mean, and fast forward 30 years, I mean, what business, almost what person can, strive and survive without the internet? Well, I want you to know the crypto space, the Bitcoin, the crypto space is exactly the same. It's only 12 years old and it's revolutionized. And it's revolutionizing, I mean, literally industries, I mean, you name it, and it's revolutionized because the crypto space is a number of things, but it's also a monetary system, like the dollar. Uh, you may not realize it now, but uh, we will be using Bitcoin as we use the dollar, maybe 10 years from now.
Mhm.
So if you think your money is important, I want you to pay attention to Bitcoin because that is your money of the future. You may not know it now, but it is. And this is one of the reasons why I studied so much because, you know, over the years, so many of us in our community, uh, we were pretty illiterate when it comes to money management, how to make money, how to spend money, how to save money. And guys, we got a second chance. We
Yes.
absolutely have a second chance because it is still ground floor for the crypto space. And I would urge each and every one of you to start to educate yourself, to take a giant step if you need to buy some crypto. And the good thing about it, yeah, it's 50, $60,000, but that's for a whole coin. You can buy literally $25 worth a month and start to save that because uh, the, all the writing is on the wall that it's going to be your future. And I want to encourage everybody, our community, and everybody else to embrace it now. Because if you embrace it now, you're going to be ahead of the curve.
Yes.
Uh, uh, I was reading one some data saying that if you own 0.28% of a Bitcoin, 5 years from now, you're going to be in the elite because that's how far it's going to increase in value. Uh, Today, it's 50, 60,000. But just think back a year ago, it was like 3 or 4 thousand. But think back 4 years ago, when I first entered space, it was 1,100, and we don't need to go back 10 years when it was, 5 cents, 10 cents. One guy spent 10,000 bitcoins just to buy two pizzas. I
Wow.
mean, today that's worth almost a $500 million.
Mm.
So, I want people to just start to embrace it. I wear Bitcoin on all my shirts, and I was out today and went to look at some homes here in South Carolina. The lady said, "Oh, Bitcoins." She said, "My son is really into it. He knows all about it." I said, "Yeah, well, yeah. Well, listen to your son because it's the future. I mean, you may not need it today, but you will need it tomorrow." So, guys, Bitcoin is the future, and this is why I'm involved in it. This is why I study it because I want my children, my grandchildren, my great grandchildren to know about this because now we got a chance to catch up because most of the people are behind on this. And think about that. Uh, Someone who bought Bitcoin a year ago, not having much money, maybe had $3,000. Today, now they got $50,000.
Hmm.
Boomy, that's catching up. That
Yes.
is
Yes.
catching up.
That was is one of the things I was going to ask you to talk about is how do we as a people, how can we use this space to now close the wealth gap? We've talked years and years about us and them, how our people don't save much, how other communities leave wills and we leave bills, and how we don't have nearly as much wealth as some of the other communities. So I believe that we're in a special place and time if people would take advantage of where we are. So, how can we in our community use cryptocurrency to close that wealth gap up some?
Wow, actually, that's easy. We talk about the wealth gap. We're talking about saving money today. Most people, Americans, I mean, if they're saving money in the bank, they're getting less than 1%.
Correct.
Now, suppose you could save money and your money grows 200% per year. For
Mm.
me, that will close the wealth gap.
Mm-hmm.
1% as opposed to 200%. And this has been the growth rate over the last 12 years, 200% per year,
Power.
compounded. That will close the wealth gap. So I'm going to encourage everybody to start to study this, start to embrace it. Dip your toe into it at first so you can start to educate yourself. But obtaining that, acquiring that, keeping it, letting it grow, that will change the wealth gap in less than a generation.
Powerful, guys. I was talking earlier today, and I said, in this information age that we are in, ignorance is a choice. Let me say this again. In this information age that we're in, ignorance is a choice. So you can no longer just say, "Oh yeah, I heard about that Bitcoin, but I'm not doing nothing with it because I don't know about it. I don't understand it." In all thy getting, get understanding. And literally now, ladies and gentlemen, you can get this information on cryptocurrency for free. There's so much free information out there. We're making these lives because we want to inform you and then have you to take action. You can get on YouTube. You can read articles. There are podcasts. There's so much free information for you to get an understanding and then to be able to take action. Hey, do me a favor if you're coming on, press the heart button, give us some love. We want the Facebook algorithm to really see this video and get it out. Please share it on your wall because you and the people you know and care about, they need to get this information. It could be so life changing to you to finally, like, a lot of the people that I know say, man, where I am in life, I thought I would be further by then. Have you ever said it? Like, I'm 50 years old and I thought I'd be off my job. I thought I'd be free. I thought I have, $400,000 in the bank. Well, now here's a chance to be able to collapse time frame and to get to where you want to go in a much shorter period of time. Because like 15 years ago, you didn't know this was coming. And now it's here. What are you going to do with it? So, um, again, let's talk a little bit about what is going on right now because we're in what's called a bull market. Like things are really going up and exploding. So tell us some of the things that we see happening because even though there was a pullback last night, that doesn't mean that we're out of the bull market. So tell everybody what the bull market is as they go ahead and click that heart. Give us some love.
Yes, I want to tell you about the bull market, but before I do that, I want to kind of piggyback on what you said in reference to uh, information,
Mm-hmm,
getting the information. Uh, I get my information from many sources, but one free source is YouTube. A lot of information I do get from YouTube. See, I am following the money, Boomy. I'm talking about some of the smartest people in the money world is
mm-hmm,
now joining the crypto space. I'm
mm-hmm,
talking about people who manage other people's money, like BlackRock. You may not never heard of that because they got over $8 trillion under management. People like that, they wouldn't be coming into this if it wasn't for real. I
mm-hmm,
mean, many of you probably heard of Fidelity. Abigail Johnson, she's the CEO of Fidelity. She's been all over the Bitcoin since 2016. Millen Bank, one of the oldest banks in New York, had just embraced it. Now check this out, Boone. Insurance company. They are the most conservative institution, on the planet.
mm-hmm,
And uh, Mass Mutual invested $100 million into Bitcoin. You know, not to mention, the owner of Tesla, Elon Musk, he invested $1.5 billion, into this. So I'm trying to follow the smart money, the people that they're saying, oh, this Bitcoin thing is real. I want to get into it because I want to preserve my wealth. I don't want my dollars, yet my dollar is dissipating, but I want some kind of hard currency, some kind of what they call hard money. And Bitcoin is hard money. You can't inflate it away like you can the dollar. So this is what I'm looking at. These are the kind of people that I'm following and that I'm listening to. But now get into the market. Uh,
but wait a
uh,
minute. So before you get to the market, because I know there's some people who have questions when you say it's hard money. As I talk to people who don't know about Bitcoin, they don't know that there's real technology behind these cryptos. So talk a little bit about that because people are like, well, what is it? Is it an actual coin? Where does the value come from? So talk about the utility behind many of these assets.
yes, but I'm glad you brought that point up because see, in the world that we live in, it's all about technology. Technology is just coming, and innovation is coming every day. I can remember some technology back in the '80s called Microsoft, called Dell, Apple, Facebook. All of these are forms of technology, and they all have a similar way of growing. At first, nobody ever hears about them. They're volatile, they're up and down, but after a while, there's adoption, and more people start to embrace them. So Bitcoin came along in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody heard about it. I mean, some uh, geeks or nerds, they read the white paper, and back then it literally was pennies. And it took from 2009 to basically 2012 to 2014 for people start to adopt it because they didn't understand the technology. And people who understood the technology, I mean, they ended up getting and buying bitcoins for a nickel,
Mm-hmm.
50 cents, a dollar. All these people are multi millionaires today. So it's basically it's technology. It's not a physical coin. You know, we call it internet money because it all runs on the internet. And and the good thing about it is that this money is it has a fixed supply. It's scarce. When something is scarce, people want it. When something is scarce, it goes up in value because supply and demand kicks in. As the demand increases, the price will go up because the supply can't increase. The supply is limited to 21 million coins. Just to give you some context to that,
About Bitcoin, not about all the different coins. You're just talking about
yeah, we're talking specifically about Bitcoin right now. To give you some context to the limitation of it, the 21 million coins, there's over 46 million millionaires. So if each millionaire wanted one whole coin, it wouldn't be enough coins to go around. That's how scarce it is.
Mhm.
So just remember, when something is scarce, it's valuable, and the supply and demand kicks in. So when the demand increases, and this is what's driving Bitcoin up right now today, it's in the demand is increasing, and so the price goes up and people buy it. So that brings us to today's market.
Mhm.
Like I said, roughly a year ago, you could have gotten Bitcoin for $4,000, $5,000. But the institutional investors, better known as Wall Street, they're coming into this space, and they have done their due diligence. They have done the analysis. They gather all the data, and they come to the conclusion that, hey, we need to have some Bitcoins in our portfolio.
Mhm.
We need to have some because we realize that it's not like the dollar. You can't print more of it. You can't make more of it, and this will help to stabilize our portfolio and help that portfolio to grow because their portfolio may be growing at 5, 10, maybe 12%. But if you can add 1 or 2 percentage points to your portfolio that's growing at a couple hundred percentage points, then that will move the needle. So we're into what we call a bull market. Bull market is primarily when the market trend is up. You're going to have some fluctuations. You're going to have some what we call drawbacks, but the overall trend is up. So the trend been I've been going up since October, and then around December, I mean, it hit 20,000, which was an all-time high. Then within 90 days, it went from 20,000 to 50,000
Mhm.
because the demand was just that great. And so it's been fluctuating between 50 to 60,000. And but the trend is up. And I often, Boom, I often get this question. Well, oh, since it's so expensive, am I too late?
Mhm.
Guys, I want to drive this home. You are absolutely, positively not too late. You are still early. You are still early. I mean, uh, in the world, in the world, less than 2% of the people in the world have any Bitcoin at all. Most people have not even heard about it. So
Right.
you are early because let's say you get in today at 50,000. How will you feel if by this time next year it's 400,000?
So
See,
what are they predicting? And of course, guys, we're not. financial.
Financial advisors.
So we're not telling you what to do as far as to invest. We're just kind of telling you what we do, what we've learned. But what are all the smart people saying about where they think Bitcoin is going to go? And then Queen of Many Hearts is asking, how much is the minimum that you can invest? So where are they predicting that Bitcoin is going? Asking that, answer that first.
Well, the prediction is really the prediction that I've been following is anywhere from this cycle, which may end by the end of the year or it may go into next year. Um, all of the sources that I've looked at said it's definitely going to six figures this year, 100,000.
Mhm.
Um, Bank of America, they put out a report about 2 months ago. They said their analysis is says Bitcoin is going to $318,000 by the end of this year.
Now that
So
additional
that's the bank.
that's the bank who they're just starting to kind of, I guess, see the light and come on over um, to the cryptocurrency space. We're going to see more and more traditional financial institutions coming on over as we have seen. But I didn't know that Bank of America
Yes, Bank of America.
now they're saying zero by the end of the cycle.
By the end of this year, December 31, 2021.
Wow, guys, listen. Thank you for tuning in. You gotta get this information and knowledge about the cryptocurrency space. Do me a favor. We want this video to circulate. Please show us some love. Click the heart button right now. Not just the like button, but give us some hearts. Leave a comment and share this because people who you know, like, and love and trust, they need to get this information. So, okay, Bank of America is predicting 318,000. There are others who definitely saying at least six figures this year. So at the minimum, let's say if we're at 50 now and it goes to 100 this year, this cycle, that right there is a person doubling their money that's in coin, right? I don't know if he lost.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay. So I was saying if it goes to just 100,000 from where it is now, basically a person would have almost doubled their money just with that.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm many of the sources saying, six figures this year by the end of the year. That's not going straight up. I mean, that's the trend is leading in that direction. Uh, if you want to some more uh, data on this, the trend has been up. It fluctuates. A lot of people don't understand the fluctuation, but fluctuation is good. But whenever you go
Cut
into
your face off, adjust the thing so your face is more in the picture. Okay, there you go.
yeah, the fluctuation, when Bitcoin goes doesn't go straight up. Nothing goes straight up as an investment. It goes up, down. But the trend is up. It's been trending up for the last 12 years. But more and more people adopt it. That trend goes up and up and up and up. Yeah. So if you were to get involved today, and like I said, it's 50,000, but you could buy $50 worth. You will still get the same percentage as you bought $50,000 worth.
Mhm.
If it doubles, then your $50 have doubled, or if $1,000, your $1,000 have doubled, or your $10,000 have doubled. That's the kind of movement that we in this crypto space with the Bitcoin.
Yeah. So let's talk about this because I'm all about helping people. So sometimes people call me, they don't have an account anywhere, a wallet set up. I may recommend Coinbase first because it's the easiest exchange to maneuver, around when you're first starting. And they say, "Oh, well, what do you think I should get started with? Is $50 okay?" So I tell them, I don't make a recommendation. I can't tell you where to get started with, but I just say do the best you can. Because as you said, let's say, for example, your money doubling. Your money doubling is your money doubling. So if you just do $50 and don't do any more, then you have 100. If you do 1,000, then you have 2,000. If you can invest 10,000, then you'll have 20. So that choice is absolutely up to you. So I just say the main thing is to get started somewhere, get an education, and then from there, it would be good to do what I did last year. I asked my father. I said, "Daddy, you think I should take this money I got and buy 2 Bitcoins?" He was like, "If it were me, I would." So I took his advice. Worked out so well for me, but I didn't just stop there. I put it on recurring so that then every week, as I make money from my Lore Life Wellness business, I purchase more cryptocurrency. So I just didn't do the one time deposit. Now I use dollar cost averaging. So every week without fail, since last year, I've been purchasing cryptocurrency. That is something that if I were you, that I would do, because right now, and you're not a savvy investor, it's hard to time the market. It's hard for savvy investors to time the market. So you use dollar cost averaging, just get on recurring, whether you do it every week or maybe you can't do it that often. You do it every 2 weeks, or maybe you do it, once a month. So sometimes you buy as higher, sometimes you buy as lower, but it's averaging out for you. And I promise you, if you stick and stay and just hold on to the ups and downs, it's going to appreciate. So the main thing is to get yourself in. All right. Guys, while you're at it, please share this video so other people can get this information. Take action on it and definitely show us some love. Leave a comment. Rose Hall says it's about, I think she's saying it went up about 700% since last year. So, Daddy, this is one of the things I tell people. I'm like, I had money. It was just like not earning any type of interest. So it wasn't a hard decision to make. It's like, do you just keep your money here where your dollars are losing value? Or do you put it somewhere where it has the great opportunity to gain? So it's really not a hard decision if you look at the returns that you are getting if you hold cash or if you have it in a savings account, which still even in a savings account, in the bank, you're really going backwards. You're getting 0.25%, which is nothing. So cryptocurrency, in my opinion, is the way to go. So let's talk a little bit about. Oh, someone asked, well, how much? What is the minimum that you can invest?
Well, basically, there's no minimum because Bitcoin is divisible to 8 decimal points. I mean, you could literally invest $10. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to emphasize your point, Boom. The important thing is to get started and start putting some money away. And you should, in my opinion, you should have a long-term perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a kind of get rich quick kind of thing. Put it in today, take it out tomorrow. That's not that's not a recipe for success. Have a long-term perspective and start doing uh, dollar cost averaging. Dollar cost averaging is a strategy that people have been using for literally decades and decades. When I was in the financial services business, we used to teach our clients about dollar cost averaging. You put X amount of dollars away, you invest it the same time of the month, or the same time of the week, or the same time of the quarter, the same amount each time, and you will do very well in the market. So you don't have to be an expert try to figure out, is the market up or is the market down. Yes, the market is up and the market is down. So you're going to get all of it. You're going to get the ups and the downs, and oftentimes there's more downs than ups, and you're going to get more more shares or more coins when the market is down. But
Yeah.
don't try to time it because experts they can't time it. But just be consistent with a long term perspective and start investing whatever you can. Boom! I was just reading some statistics just last week. Um, 28% of the people who got the $1,400 stimulus check put it in Bitcoin.
Wow.
28%.
That's exciting.
28%.
That's exciting. Large number.
When the first 1,200 stimulus came out, 37% put the $1,200 or some portion of it into Bitcoin.
Wow, that's important.
Yeah,
That's good news. More and more
yeah.
people taking action. That's awesome. Queen of Many Hearts, I will help you. Call me 980-888-2000. Write that down. 980-888-2000. Most times, if you're here in the United States, we just recommend getting started with Coinbase, and then you can kind of grow and get to some other exchanges from there. I'll send you a Coinbase link so that when you fund it with $100, they're going to give you $10 in free Bitcoin. So I'll send you a link so that happens. Um, why did you tell me don't sell my Bitcoin? So, because some people are thinking, okay, I'm gonna get some Bitcoin to go up. Hey, I'll sell, take profits. But why, as a strategy for our family, did you say, Boomy, you don't want to sell your Bitcoin? You want to accumulate Bitcoin?
The reason that you don't want to sell your Bitcoin because Bitcoin is is scarce.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go up. I mean, I don't even want to scare people to tell you what a lot of the experts believe it's going to go up to. But I'm going to say it anyway because uh, this is not Zeke saying this. This is what a lot of the experts saying. Within the next 10 years, one Bitcoin will be worth $1 million.
Wow.
That's why I say when you get it, hold it because rich people want Bitcoins and
Mhm.
there's not enough to go around.
Right.
So that's going to drive the price up and up and up. Don't sell your Bitcoins. You get some other coins. You may sell those, but don't sell your Bitcoins because they're going to be priceless. They,
Yeah.
in the coming, 10 years or so.
That's why when there are thousands of coins, all right, there may be we kind of stick within the top 25 or so. But when people get started, I always say you want Bitcoin to be your foundation. And one of the things you taught me, Daddy, is that Bitcoin is a store of value. It's a store of value. And you also taught me it's an asset, and rich people don't sell their assets. They may borrow against their assets, but they don't sell their assets. They accumulate more assets. And that's what we want to do with your Bitcoin. So don't be tricked, don't be fooled, because as he said, people want your Bitcoin once you get it, but you want to value it and hold on to it for dear life, right?
Absolutely. To give you an example how valuable they are, um, there's 9,000 Bitcoins. Um, there's 900 Bitcoins produced every day.
Mm,
Not 900 new ones produced every day. Three companies are buying up all of those 900.
wow.
Square, which is Cash App,
Hmm.
PayPal, and Grayscale. They're
Hmm.
buying all of these coins up even before they hit the market.
Oh,
Just to give you an idea, so there's not new coins going on the market. There's going to be they're going to be much more scarce in a year or two from now because they're not producing. There's a limited supply, but the demand is increasing
sure.
more.
You're in the way. There you go.
The demand is increasing more and more every day. So this is why we say have a long term perspective. Buy and hold.
Yes, yes. So if I was hearing about this for the first time, or maybe I'd heard a little bit, and I'm like, wait a minute, Square, I know that name. PayPal, I know that name. Grayscale, maybe I don't know that name, but here are these big institutions that we've heard of. They're smarter than I am when it comes to money. They're in the money business. As you said, maybe guys, you should be following the money. This is all called a clue. Don't take advantage of it just because you don't like understand it fully. In all that getting, get some understanding. The understanding and information is free. It's free. And I was saying today, and even when you open a Coinbase account, they'll pay you a little bit and reward you to learn about the cryptocurrency space. They have all these like neat videos where you can learn about various coins, and they'll give you like $1, two, three, $10 in free crypto for you learning about that certain asset that they want you to learn about. So all right, let's talk a little bit about the altcoins, because some people think all there is Bitcoin as in the cryptocurrency world, but there is more than just Bitcoin. What's going on with these altcoins? Cardano,
Okay,
Ethereum.
that
Good talk.
altcoin, that's a whole another topic, whole nother animal. Bitcoin was the first coin. Then
Mhm.
after the other coins, they came to call them altcoins, alternative coins. And as of today, on Coin Market Cap, there's over 9,000 coins.
Wow.
Yeah, over 9,000. But we follow look at basically those that's in the top 20,
Hmm.
because a lot of the altcoins there, they got a name for them, but they're not very they're not very good. But you have to be careful about the altcoin. But the top, uh, I own probably 8 out of the top 10. So the second um, good coin would be Ethereum. That's number two. It's called Ethereum. Uh, it's about $2,100 now, but it's been around since uh, since 20 uh, since 20 I think 2012, and it's been around and it's doing very well. That's a good coin to have in your portfolio. Uh, Litecoin, that's another one that's been in the top 10 for the last probably 5 to 6 years. You got uh, um, a coin called Cardano. Cardano. That's another one that's been around for about since 2015. That's another very good coin that we believe it got have a lot of staying power. So there's if you want to find out a list of the coins, you go to coinmarketcap.com, and they list at least thousands of the existing coins.
Hmm. And with the so Bitcoin's number one, Ethereum is number two. Where are they predicting for Ethereum to go this year?
Well, Ethereum is a different kind of coin. It's not considered a store of value. It's more like a utility coin. You can look at Ethereum like the internet.
Hmm.
All these other protocols are built on the internet.
Hmm.
Uh, so Bitcoin, I mean Ethereum, on that blockchain, you have many other coins building projects on top of building building projects up on top of Ethereum. So Ethereum is very valuable. I mean, very valuable because uh, it's so the blockchain is faster than Bitcoin, uh, but it's a utility coin, and a lot of different projects being built on Ethereum, and that's one, in my opinion, to have in the portfolio after Bitcoin.
Yeah. Did we saw Ethereum go to its all-time high? Did it get to 2,600? Or
Yeah, it hit about 2,600. That's the all time high. But the thing, uh, back in I think it was maybe June of last year, it was $500. Went
uh,
from 500 to 2,500
so
in
that's
less
four,
than
that's
less
four
than a
x.
year.
That's 4x right there, guys. And now they're predicting that Ethereum has the potential to hit 10,000 this year. So let's call it at two. If it hits 10,000, that's 5x. So you have the potential, no guarantees, to 5x your money with Ethereum. Where else do you know that you can go in this year? Basically, I mean, there's no guarantees in anything, but you could at least double it. I figure at least my money would double with Ethereum, but it's going to do more than that. Again, that's another coin that I have on recurring. So all right, guys. So you hear me? Of course, we talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum. We talk about Cardano, Litecoin. So there's a lot of coins out there, but we say put Bitcoin in as your foundation. Then I would make Ethereum number two. I like Cardano, but then you'll hear about Chainlink and Polkadot, and there's other coins out there, VeChain. So do your own research, but you certainly want to start with Bitcoin as a store of value, and then work to accumulate more and more of that. That's why if you're listening to this and you are an entrepreneur and you have an awesome business, work your business with everything in you to make more and more money so that you can use that capital, invest into this awesome financial asset class of cryptocurrency, get into the I quadrant of your money making money, and then when you start to take profits, then you can take the newfound profits, and if you want to, turn it back to fiat money and use that to pay off debts or something like that. That's what I'm doing right now. So I'm not going from money for my lower life business, now use that to pay off my credit cards. I'm no longer doing that. I'm going from fiat money that I get paid for my wellness business to cryptocurrency, allowing that to appreciate, then taking the profits, and I'm still holding my currency, taking the profits, and then turning some of that back to fiat and paying off some debts and using that for things that I want. Is working beautifully. I would say you do that as well. If you have, again, we're not making any recommendations. We're just telling you what we do. So, guys, if you have any questions, reach out. We're making these videos because we want you to win. We want you to learn. We want you to be able to live that lifestyle that you want to live. And I swear to you, cryptocurrency is like, thank you, God. Like sometimes you say, how am I? Where is it going to come from? How am I going to get to here? You didn't know. We didn't know that this new wave, avalanche of abundance was going to come. But it's here. Take advantage of it. It's a blessing for you and your family and your grandkids. Daddy, let's end with talking about legacy, right? Everybody, don't y'all want to leave a legacy to the next generation? How are you using cryptocurrency to leave that legacy to your great grandchildren?
Well, in 2017 in Panama, I kept thinking that I wanted to come up with something where the children, the grandchildren, the great grandchildren can get educated to become financially literate. Because, my father always told me a fool and his money will soon depart.
Mhm.
So I wanted to come up with something to educate the kids with, so they would know how to grow the money. See, and Bitcoin is really simple. When you get this, you buy it and you hold it for
Mhm.
the next generation. Now, not to say that you can't spend some of it, but our strategy, we're going to buy and hold, and we're not going to spend the Bitcoin. We're going to spend the other coin. We're going to turn that into the fiat money. So when you have money, you want to have, there's going to be a number of different currencies. The dollar's going to be here, Bitcoin is going to be here, and my objective is to teach my kids, you spend the bed money and you keep the money. To me, that makes a lot of sense. Spend the money that's depreciating, the dollar, and you keep the good money so you can have that for the next generation, and you can teach them to do that again so you can leave a legacy. So that becomes generational wealth, not just money that we make, but it's going to be money for the great, 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 great grandkids, and
Yes.
that's what we're looking to start to put that in place.
And that's why it's important that you're intentional about creating a culture of financial literacy within your family so that the wealth that you accumulate can be perpetuated. Because you don't want to work hard, put this in place, and then leave it to somebody who don't know what to do with it and then it's gone. So
Yep.
be intentional with financial education with inside of your household, with inside of your family is absolutely crucial. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. But this has been hopefully a blessing for you. Hopefully your minds have been expanded, your ears were open, you're ready to take action. You want to spread this information. If you haven't done so, hit that heart button, click share. We You can inbox us, leave a comment whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, and inbox us if you have any questions, if you need to know how to get started or whatever. We're just like approachable, and we just want you to win and do well in this space. We're in a special place and time, guys. Let's go get it. Hey, Daddy Rabu said yesterday, he said, you've been a humanitarian long enough. Now it's time to get rich. I love that. And then when you get rich, you can do more humanitarian things because you are a source that has the resources, but you got to get the resources. If you want to do more good in the world, hey, you got to have more money. All right, Daddy. Thank you so much for tuning in with my audience. I appreciate you. Love you. Say goodbye to
O-
everyone.
Okay, guys. See you guys at the top with
All right.
real money, Bitcoin.
All right. See you guys. Bye bye. Oh, I like
See
that.
that?
Point millionaire established any day now. I love. Oh, I got to get one of those. Absolutely, I love that. All right,
Okay, guys.
bye
Take
bye.
care. See you again next time. Bye bye.
Hold on, stand up. I gotta take a screenshot of that. Stand up again. I gotta get that. I love it. Okay, did mommy order that for you?
Yes.
Tell her to get me one. She left me out. I
Okay.
order her a shirt. She even ordered me one.
I'll tell her.
Okay, bye bye. I'm trying to cut this thing off.